issue of sunny day floodings in coastal cities is becoming more and more prevalent every day. Sunny day floods, also known as tidal floods or high tide flooding, happen in lower elevation areas that are usually close to or below the sea level. These usually occur in coastal cities when there are abnormally high tides. Since they're caused by these high tides, they tend to occur when there's a full or new moon. On average, these coastal cities that experience tidal floods tend to have around 5 to 7 per year. However, this number has started to increase due to the rising sea levels caused by climate change. For example, there were 22 tidal floods in the Chesapeake Bay area and 12 in Washington, D.C. in just 1 year. The frequency of these sunny day coastal floodings has increased by close to 100% in just 30 years. And if the sea level continues to rise at a rate like this, floods like these will become even more frequent. Usually, most high tide floods aren't enormous, home destroying events with water multiple feet deep. However, the larger ones can cause a lot of damage. Due to the geography of these areas that they occur in, the floods can sometimes shut down whole areas of the city. Roads become unusable, ground levels of buildings can be flooded, and electrical wiring and equipment near the surface is usually damaged. Even in the less populated and rural areas, the damages can be high. Farmland can be ruined by the salting of the soil from the ocean or seawater, and thus impacts the economy greatly. Also, since the floods can shut down major areas of the city, many businesses aren't able to operate, which severely hurts the economy of these cities. This is especially relevant to small local businesses that operate out of a single or few buildings because all their revenue for the day is generated by these buildings. Increasing frequency of these floods, many coastal cities have altered their infrastructure and/or are still continuing to. A lot of buildings in these cities have had their first floors raised a bit above surface level and have implemented draining methods below to avoid the water. And in addition to this, many other tactics are being used, such as the raising of houses on or close to the beach, but through the use of concrete support columns, the elevation of electrical equipment and wiring, and/or waterproofing of this, and also for buildings that do not have the option of being raised above surface level, many cities have started waterproofing these buildings. Along with this, many major roadways have been waterproofed or raised. Also, many cities have implemented the use of green spaces, which are usually open patches of land at lower elevation than the infrastructure around it that act to direct, maintain, and sometimes drain the flooding.